Right now, at this very moment, there are families you've never heard of controlling more money than entire countries. We're not talking about Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. Those guys are on magazine covers. They're public. But the families I'm about to reveal, they operate in complete silence. No interviews, no Forbes lists, no social media, and they control trillions, not billions, trillions. If you spent $1 million every single day, it would take you almost 3,000 years to spend $1 trillion. These families have been building power for generations, some for over 200 years. While we argue about politics and celebrity drama, they're moving economies. They're literally shaping the world you wake up to. Here's what you're about to discover. First, the actual families in this shadow network, and how much they really control. Second, the specific methods they use to stay invisible. And third, the one thing happening right now that's making their system vulnerable for the first time in history. Let me show you exactly how this happened. B-roll. Shadowy mansions, vault doors, world map with glowing connections, financial districts. When most people think about rich families, they think about celebrities. Public, loud, constantly in the news, but there's a completely different tier of wealth. Old money, the kind that's been growing quietly since the 1800s. These families learned something crucial. The moment you become publicly wealthy, you become a target. Governments want to tax you. Activists want to protest you. So they disappeared from public view. They created what experts call wealth structures. Think of it like an iceberg. You see the tip above water, but underneath, that's where the real empire lives. In 2025, global private wealth has reached $120 trillion, and roughly 40% of that wealth is controlled by just a few hundred families worldwide. According to wealth management firms, these families don't just own businesses. They own the investment firms that own the businesses. They own the banks that finance them. They own the real estate where they operate. It's a system built over generations. Your grandfather starts a company. Your father diversifies into 20 industries. You create a family office managing investments across 80 countries. No single point of failure, no public scrutiny, just silent, compounding growth. Let me give you an example. There's a family in Europe that allegedly controls one of the world's largest pharmaceutical empires. You've probably used their products, but ask people to name them and nobody can. That's by design. Now here's where things get really interesting. Let's start with names you might have heard whispers about. The Rothschilds. For over 200 years, this name has been surrounded by myths, but strip away the nonsense and you find something fascinating, a real financial dynasty that shaped modern banking. The Rothschild family started in the late 1700s. 5 brothers spread across 5 European cities: London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, Frankfurt. They created the first international banking network. Back then, moving money between countries was dangerous. Physical gold on ships. The Rothschilds figured out how to do it with letters and trust networks. Instant transfers before the internet existed. At their peak in the 1800s, they reportedly held more wealth than any other family in the world. Some estimates suggest they financed both sides of the Napoleonic Wars. Today, their wealth is split among hundreds of descendants, but the core operations, still estimated in the hundreds of billions, all private. But here's what most people miss. The Rothschilds aren't even the wealthiest family operating today. The Walton family, heirs to Walmart, controlled an estimated $250 billion. That's more than New Zealand's entire GDP. The Saudi royal family, estimates range from $1 to $3 trillion when you include oil assets and investments. But even these numbers don't tell the full story, because there's a difference between wealth that's publicly tracked and wealth that's intentionally hidden. Elon Musk's wealth is tied to Tesla stock. Everyone can see the numbers change in real time. Old money families structure differently. They use family offices, private companies managing their wealth. No public reporting, no stock tickers, total privacy. According to a 2024 report, there are approximately 10,000 single-family offices worldwide. These offices collectively manage an estimated $6 trillion. 6 trillion with a T. Thanks for watching. If you want more videos like this, subscribe my channel.